Nah, this shit is amazing right now. Send another one. All right, now it's moving. There you go. There you go.
What you got going on over there?
I don't got that Teddy Riley Wi-Fi.
I was about to say we can't be
My
like
shit.
that.
I got all 5 bars.
I'm like, hold on, man. We got to walk away, get our team to fix everything.
Nah, I'm good. I'm all the way good. What's going on, man? My motherfucking brother, Chevy Woods in this motherfucker.
I'm cooling, man. What's cracking?
How you holding up during this quarantine, man?
I'm just I've been out a little bit. I've been out a little bit, but you know where I go out to. I go to the homie spot.
Right.
And that's about it. That's what's out for me.
My motherfucking brother, we done fucking been on the road for many fucking years. Fucking traded a lot of insight and fucking, you know, just been maneuvering through this game and staying afloat. And, you know, you one nigga that we always tap in with each other and always, you know, just make sure the family and everything is good.
Fact.
Then we talk rap later.
Right.
Pittsburgh born and raised.
Right.
Fucking Kev the Hustler. I'm gonna get into that.
Mm-hmm.
But fucking, you
Let's
know
talk
what I mean?
about it. Let's talk about it.
I'm gonna get into the Kev the Hustler days. But even before Kev the Hustler, you know what I mean, you was a really good basketball player. You know what I mean? And you know what? When did you get into rap? Like, was you rapping when you was playing ball, or was that like?
Nah, I went like after high school. High school, I messed around with it a little bit, but it wasn't nothing that was really there. I was just writing shit. But when I got to my freshman year in college, I ran into a homie of mine named Ed Brown, and he was like, I forget what school he went to, but he was from New York too. You know what I mean? Like a lot of the dudes that I went to school with was from DC. A lot of dudes from like Canarsie and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like so, like New York and DC in between. But he was from New York, and he was doing shit on the computers, like you know, with the graphics and shit like that. And I ain't had no idea. And he was like, listen to this song, but when he played the song, he would be like, look, I got the graphic too. This is, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, wow, this motherfucker's serious. You know what I mean? He was my roommate, so he was doing shit every day. He started, like, day by day, he started showing me shit. And he was, like, pulling out pads, showing me how much he write. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, damn. I probably wrote, like, 1 or 2 raps before. This nigga got booklets of this shit. So I know he about to be somebody. If this school shit don't work, he got raps. You feel me? It's going to work for him. It's a lot of books. So I'm just watching him, you know what I mean? And watching him, you know, I left school. People start doing a lot of talking about me selling weed and shit since we being straight, you know what I mean? And you my guy, so I don't worry about, you know, filters and all that. But, you know, people start talking, you know, niggas start selling weed. So I left school and shit like that. And I just kept that in my mind, in my head all the time, that he was really going hard about that shit. And that's like one of the people that I always look back at and be like, damn, I learned this shit from the homie Ed Brown, you know what I mean? We still have contact here and there now, you know? So it's the same shit.
That's ill. That's ill. So when did the Kev the Hustler journeys begin? Because
That began right after college. Yeah, that began right after college, like right after college. So before I even met with, I had like 2 or 3 mixtapes out just in the neighborhood, you know what I mean? And they were all Kev the Hustler joints. So the people on the internet now only got Kev the Hustler. It's the mixtape called Animal. It's the only one from like Kev the Hustler that's on the internet. You know what I'm saying? Because that time it was the crossover, and I was getting to playing on the internet and finding out the socials and what to do. So I put the shit up on the internet. But before that, I was just in the hood, man. And you know, the name, of course, my real name is Kev. You know what I'm saying? And that was exactly what the fuck I was doing. I was hustling. You know what I'm saying? So It's like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? I gotta rock with it. So, you know what I mean? I just put that shit in the music and start making tapes and shit, pressing up shit, making t-shirts, having little shows around. You know, the normal shit, you know what I mean? Just to catch people's attention and stuff like that, and it starts spreading a little bit, you know what I mean?
Right, right. And at that time in Pittsburgh, because you know in New York for me, like when I was doing my smoking numbers thing, and we was mixed and the big mics and
Mm-hmm.
K-Slays and
Mm-hmm.
so on and so forth, you know, the grind was really trying to be next to niggas that could get us in the positions. You feel me? It was either meeting niggas outside the radio station, going to a party where niggas was DJing, meeting a nigga at the mixtape spot where niggas was dropping the shit off. That was our way of networking at the time. What was it like in Pittsburgh during that time as far as networking and shit goes?
It's crazy because we don't know nobody. You feel me? Like we don't know. I mean, shout out to like Mailman and like my homie Young Roll and like the homie Joe Beast. Like they went out. They came out here to Cali. You know what I'm saying? And that was like a big thing to like niggas from Pittsburgh. Was like we know some niggas that actually went to Cali and they're trying to do some shit. You know what I'm saying? So other than that, there wasn't nobody to like, you know what I'm saying, rub shoulders with or nothing like that. We was doing the music for our homies. Like we was trying to play it for the hood and shit like that. We didn't even care about it getting to the world just yet. You know what I mean? That was the shit that we were doing with like cookout music, vibe music, just to play when we get around each other, chilling in Sledge's black backyard, you know what I'm saying, playing the music. He upstairs making beats. It was just vibe shit. We wasn't really like in depth, like, all right, cool, we gonna make it pop and we gonna meet somebody. You know what I'm saying? If it was around like that, like Pittsburgh's a small city, there's a lot of influential people, but they ain't gonna be in the hood. You already know that. They ain't coming to the hood. You feel me? You gotta go out and like bump heads with these people and like, you know what I'm saying, and see them actually. So we ain't have nothing to go off like that.
Mm-hmm. So right, so when did you? Because you know, before I even get into this, like, what I admire about y'all, about the whole crew, is that y'all all came up together and y'all still riding together. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And always important in this shit.
Right.
And you, anytime I'm around y'all, it's a family. It's family. It's like it's no infiltrating. You know what I mean? It's
Right.
tight. When did you link with Wiz? Like what?
Um.
What time was?
I link with Wiz. Make a long story short. So I was hustling in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Shit got fucked up. So like I left the hood on some embarrassing shit. Like damn, I'm getting the fuck out of here. Like I ain't even supposed to be down bad. You know what I'm saying? So I left the hood. My relationship, stayed, I stayed with my girl. You know what I'm saying? And it was out of the hood. So I ended up having this keyboard, and you know, it was like a play it like a like a music play it again type of situation. So I end up turning the keyboard in, getting $350, calling around the studios trying to get, you know what I'm saying, motherfucking studio time. I finally hit Addy Labs. E Dan answered the phone. I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to get signed. Is this a record label? He like, nah, but you could come down here and, you know, spend some money and record $50 an hour. I'm like, bet. You know what I'm saying? So I get the beats together and shit like that. And I go down there, and like the day that I get down there, you know what I'm saying, I end up recording in the front room, and Wiz was recording back in the back room, and we heard what each other was doing, you know, some weed smoke got involved, and niggas sat down to write a rap, and we got this song called Me, you know what I'm saying, from way back then was the first record we ever did. So once we like met each other, we're like, nigga, I like what you doing. And for me, I was like, damn, this nigga got a whole different outlook on what the fuck I think this could be. So, you know what I'm saying? Why not just help that situation and, you know what I'm saying, be a part of that and see where it could go.
Mm. That's hard. And you know, even from then to now, it's amazing. You know what I mean? Like the progress. But that's, you know, that's a whole nother.
Yeah.
But you know, like y'all did like a million shows. You feel
Mm-hmm.
me? Feel like, you know, all the history as far as, you know, moving around, you were always there. You
Yeah.
feel me? What was it? Where was the first place that y'all went to that y'all received more love than y'all received in Pittsburgh? Like, what was the first spot that y'all went to where you was like, oh shit, this shit is real?
Bro, we used to go to what the fuck is it called? It's Ann Arbor. We used to go to Michigan, dog.
Michigan.
Oh my God, bro. I'm trying to tell you. Like up in like there, and then it started spreading to like Detroit and like all over. Like, but Ann Arbor is where we was getting all the, we was having shows like back to back to back weeks for like 2, 3, 4 months straight up there, like just going to Michigan, and that was it. You know what I'm saying? But once people start seeing it and we had shows there, they start the like promoters start picking them up like across, you know what I'm saying, Michigan in general or Detroit. They was like a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, start hearing it and was like, yo, we gonna book them. So we start going all over there, you know what I'm saying? So right in the Midwest right there, bro. They showed us so much love. And when we got out of the city, it felt good because of course we was recording this shit. You feel me? Like you can go back and look at this shit now. We was recording it, so like people back home would see it and they'd be like, damn, these niggas is really, you know what I'm saying, going out and doing it. Then that's how we collected different people, different cameramen, different people to drive shit, different people to be security, different people, you know what I'm saying? Because it became real to people that it could happen. So that's how a lot of people got in tune with it.
Mm. And that's ill. That's ill. You know what I mean? So from then, it was a lot of traveling and shit and so on and so forth. Like, how important is maintaining relationships for you? Because, you know, with all of y'all traveling, like, you're a networker, hustle at heart, and you always, you know, gravitate and connect with people.
Right.
How important is doing that when you're on the road?
It's super important because guess what? A lot of people see. There's a lot of people that be like, "Yo, when I go here, bro, I ain't tapping in, nigga. I ain't do." But that's the wrong attitude to have. So you being aggressive and like defensive and like about, you know what I'm saying? Like that's like an ego thing. You know what I mean? Because I know for me, if I go somewhere, even if I'm flying by myself or I'm with my homies, I know somebody. You know what I'm saying? Just because of the shit that I kept up with throughout the years, and like, you know what I mean? I could tap in with people and be like, "Yo, we in the city tonight. Pull up. Not too many people deep, but you know what I'm saying? You could pull up and you know what I mean? That's not tapping into me. That's actually, you know, just showing respect and dealing with the people that you deal with when you land in these cities. You know how I go when I come up the way. I
That's a
come straight to
vice,
I
vice
come
versa.
I come straight there, bro. I tell that boy Blunt to give me some soul food, give me them little nutcracker joints, and I sit right there, bro. You know what I'm saying? And just have conversation, because that's the part that's going to give you longevity, to be able to have them conversations and sit in a room with people like that. You know what I mean? And not even to me, that's still like going to an office and trying to get a deal or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Sitting on the block, you know what I'm saying? Making sure you giving people the knowledge, and you know what I'm saying, that you know, because there's a lot of people that's under you or over you. You might be on the block gaining something. You know what I'm saying? So
Right,
that's how I look at it.
right. And yeah, that's real insight. You know, for us with our Breakfast Club, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like we always ahead of the curve what was hot.
Mm-hmm.
Like, our ear to the street, and just period, just searching for music to know was good and what, you know, what we could gravitate towards as well. What's your strategy when you hear certain shit? Because, you know, y'all work with a lot of people before other people work with them. You feel me? So
True, true,
what's that strategy with paying attention to other artists? Because, you know, some artists don't listen to nobody. Niggas just
true,
be listening to my own shit. You know what I
true.
mean? But like, what's your approach with that?
I think that got a lot to do with like being in love with music as a in a fool. You feel me? Like I'm able to tell to myself when I make my own music when it's if it's something bad and I don't like it, or if somebody put out some shit and it's bad and I don't like it. But that's my opinion at the same time. But that's in a full. That's from top to bottom. You feel me? Like if it's great, I'm gonna hold it like it is, and I feel like it's great. If it's not what it is, then it's not what it is. You know what I mean? So that's how I go about even like my music. If I get in the studio and you know what I'm saying, I'm not feeling it, then after I get finished with it and listening and do all the little shit that I want to do to it, I throw it away. Like I'll be like, I ain't even going. In my mind though, I might have something from it. I might have took something from it, you know what I'm saying, and just kept it and then threw the shit away. But then next time I might use just the hook and not do the whole song, or use this melody and do da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it goes.
Right. How important is it to you using the internet? You know what I mean? Because some people, some niggas know how to use the internet, some niggas don't. I feel like we know how to capitalize from it. But how important is using the internet to you?
Bruh, is everything. You feel me? Like you could do whatever you need to do at the push of a button. You know what I'm saying? From a phone, from a laptop, from an iPad, from whatever you need. You know what I mean? That's what I was explaining to somebody else before. I was like, and you know this from being from up top. You know what I'm saying? From being from NY, Harlem, to be exact. You feel me? You could go outside and rap and get noticed. You know what I'm saying? Like you can go outside, rap, and get noticed, blah blah blah. But the chances slim anywhere else is not as vibrant. These places, you know what I'm saying? So using the internet is just common knowledge because 9 times out of 10, the person that wants to be an artist, they're waking up every day, getting on their phone, checking out their favorite person. So whatever you're doing, you taking some shit from them, and you trying to apply it to whatever you got going on, and to push further. You know what I'm saying? So. That's how I look at it because I called you and told you what I tuned into the show because it's knowledge for me from people that I probably wouldn't even get to reach out and touch, but I can hear them speak and say whatever they got to say and take that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I tuned in. I was like, damn, this nigga's doing something that he got Pete Rock on there telling about beats and how he got started and all this knowledge a nigga would never even know. And I'm sitting there, and my cousin back in the day is the first. That's who he put me on back in the day. You know what I'm saying? That's like the first raps I really heard. You know what I'm saying? So to hear him talk, that's what people don't understand, man. This thing that you're doing is giving people life to and stuff that they're able to talk and tell people shit that they would never understand.
Right. I mean, this is for us by us, bro.
Right.
This is, we all need a platform to tell our story and journey because it's a reason why we here. It's a reason why, we still existing and making money off rap music. You know what I mean?
Right, for sure.
There's a lot of people that's aspiring to do it like us. You know what I mean? And even bigger. So, you got to start somewhere. You know what I mean? There's an opportunity.
Right.
For these people, for these gems.
They don't know. They don't be knowing, man. The losses create everything, bro. You get the wins after that. You got to take the losses.
I learned a lot from losses. Like I feel like that's the best experience. You feel
because the win says when you win, you say I did it. When you lose, you say what the fuck did I do?
What did I analyze that loss so you don't take that loss again? Even though sometimes it's human nature. Like if I do this shit more than 3 times, more than 2 times, it's a habit. So now I correct myself.
Right.
But most people learn from it after the first time, and then some people could learn from my lessons and not even face that shit. And those are the super smart people.
Yeah, for sure.
That could just learn off the story instead of the experience. Me, I'm hands on. You tell me not to touch the fire, I'm gonna be like, why? I'm gonna touch the shit. I want to see what happened.
Yeah, I want to see what happened, but I also want you to tell me why I shouldn't touch it.
Right. I want to see what happened, but that's
I like the glass half full sometimes.
Right. Like, what's a ill tour story for y'all, man? Because I feel like touring is some shit that only a few of the greats can do consistent, and you know what I mean. Y'all tour a lot. Every fucking year it's a tour. I feel like y'all on the road more than y'all at the crib, and it's been like that for over 10,000 hours. You feel me? What's the ill tour story from the road that you can share, a good PG one?
For the ill tour story, yeah. Oh, I like this super PG. We was in motherfucking I'm talking not even bus days. I'm talking the blue Sprinter van days.
Just the blue Sprinter.
The blue Sprinter van days, bro. Let me tell you. We was driving a blue Sprinter. I think we had a show in fucking. I think we had a show in Cleveland, somewhere in Cleveland. But before we even went to the show, it wasn't snowing. There was no snow on the ground, bro. So we end up doing the show, you know, chilling with the fans, shaking hands, doing all of that. You know how we do. We extend the whole stay at the venue before.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta leave, bro. Give us 20 more minutes. So we was just chilling, and we ended up going outside, and it was super crazy, like snow on the ground everywhere. I'm talking about, like, not the van couldn't drive for real. You know what I'm saying? But our asses got fucking high, drove the van. We might have got about 7-8 miles, bro. That motherfucker said, the back tire. I'm like, no, we is not stuck, bro. So we end up everybody on the van end up having to get the fuck out, except for Breeze. Breeze was driving, you know what I'm saying? So he's a good driver, so he knew if the shit was stuck, he was how he was gonna slide up out of there.
Right.
So it was like 8 of us. Everybody got out the fucking van, got behind the van. So that nigga gassed that motherfucker and keep turning it like this. He hit the gas and turning that bitch while we was pushing. That motherfucker said zoom and pushed right up out of there. I said, oh my God, bro. We are really out here pushing a fucking van. But in my mind, we were traveling to these states, so I'm like, we supposed to be the shit. We ain't supposed to be fucking pushing no fucking vans. Like, what the fuck? This Sprinter van stuck in the snow. So that was pretty crazy. Like, back in the day, that shit was wild.
Oh man, the humble times, the humble.
I'm talking about 4 to a hotel room, 2 on the floor, 2 on the bed.
You know, I know. It's the grind, B. It's the grind. It's the grind. Yo, when did y'all meet Mac? Because you know, I always thought it was like a Pittsburgh thing, and it was always like, y'all.
Well, Mac went to school. Mac was like where I'm from, but where we're from in Pittsburgh, Hazelwood. It's right by Olderdice, which is Taylor Olderdice. You know what I'm saying? So we met Mac. Mac was already going to the studio, I guess, like maybe without us knowing or without, you know what I'm saying? Because at one point, I heard of him through my little cousins in school, like in high school. They would come and talk about he could rap, you know what I'm saying? And then I started seeing videos, like, I'm like, all right, cool, this nigga, he dope. But where I'm from, it's like 7-8 minutes right up the street to get to like where he's from. You know what I'm saying? So I met him at the studio right around the time when he was a little bit before he was working on Kids. So that's why I end up being on Kids and being the only rap feature on Kids. You know what I'm saying? Because he was in this state of mind, like on some me in the street shit. He was like, damn. He was scared in the studio, like asking me to do the verse. Not like scared of his life or nothing like that, but like scared, like, damn, how do I ask? I know this Cab the Hustler type of deal. You know what I'm saying? So he did that, and then I just did the hook for him, and I did a verse, and that ended up being with the history that it is now. So that's when we met. We met, and then the music. There's a couple songs. There's a song called The Drive. There's probably like 3 records that we did, but every one that we did was like, we made sure that we really like tapped into each other. There wasn't no email sent and all of that shit. So
that's hard.
Rest in peace, Mac, man, for real.
Mac, he was a sponge. You know what I mean? Like that was an ill kid.
Facts.
You know, before I let you go, I need some advice for an artist, creator, producer, executive that's out here trying to get to it. What would be a gem that you would drop to them for them to take on their journey?
That's a good question. And I know that's cliche for people to say, but that's a good question for real. Because the thing about it is a lot of people will answer and be like, Just stay on your grind. Just stay at it. You know what I'm saying? Just do the. But it's a lot deeper than that. First, I'm gonna say this. Make sure you sign yourself first, and then you take a look at everything else. You know what I'm saying? Because you become the piece of, like, people get into houses and shit, like, you know what I'm saying, real estate shit. So like property, you are your own property. You feel me? So you sign yourself. People invest their money into their crib, and then they rent it out, or then they sell it and then buy 2 of those houses. You know what I'm saying? So you your own crib. You feel me? You got to invest in yourself, build yourself up, and then you look at everything else, and you make sure that you read it all. You got to read it all, have your lawyer read it all, and not just read it all. You got to understand that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Because people going to be talking these words to you, and you don't get to understand it, and all you think is chain, money, Instagram, bitches, blah, blah, blah. But it's taxes, 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 nigga. You feel me? Uncle Sam one hands while you out here dancing around. Believe that shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I would tell people. Like, you got to make sure your shit's straight and have the right people around you. You know what I'm saying? So that your shit can be straight. If you don't understand it, it's a learning process for you to get there. But you got to have somebody like next to you to be like, yo, so you can ask questions. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's never always with me and your dialogue is always open, whatever. Like, I want to know some shit. I know some people that you stand next to that I be watching and seeing and talking. So it's like, you know what I mean? That's how you got to do it. You got to trade off that knowledge and understand what the fuck you are signing. And that's it.
That's a fact. My brother, I love you. Thank you
I
for
love you too, cuz. You already know, man. I'm
talking.
going to see you as soon as this shit is fucking done, cuz. As soon as this shit done, man.
Yeah, as soon as this up, you already know what time I'm on. But yeah, we gonna pack it after this and really chop it up too. But
For sure.
what did you want here?
My nigga, man. Love you, bro.
Love you too, bro.
All right, fool. Y'all stay safe, man. Yes, sir.
Third. My nigga Chevy Woods, have the hustler, a little independent thinking, you know what I mean? Just some gems for aspiring artists and all that. I'm bringing all my friends on here, you know what I mean? That's everybody, you know what I mean? I'm talking to everybody because everybody got a story. But yeah, tune in. Tomorrow, I think I'm back with Styles P. Got to give Young Roddy a call. I need to get Young Roddy up here. I need Yo Cap. I need you up here. I need Wiz up here. Yo Spitter, you already know. I already got your flyer. I'm just waiting for you to say, let's do it. But yeah, independent thinking. Kush God, bitch. Really.